Good evening to all of you. How are you? How are you feeling? Let me ask few questions first. Those who are sitting for the first time, the professional review this time, can you raise your hands? For the first time. Most of you are sitting for the first time, right? Now, this is not a conventional presentation. What I am trying to do is, I want to plant few ideas in your mind for you to think forward from there onwards, right? That is why I said this is not a conventional presentation, conventional lecture. I want you to think differently, because if you don't think differently, you can't achieve the expected target you are planning for, role of engineer in society. So this is the point, this is the fact we have not understood. So it is lacking in us, right? So before I make a start, few questions to be answered. First one, what is the requirement of a society? Do you need a society to live in? Second question, can we live in isolation? So you have to answer yourself, can we live in isolation, or do you need a society to live in? What would be the answer? So let's move on and see. Question number 2 is this: do we have a role to play in the society? So these questions will be answered in the presentation, right? You will realize how important the role played by engineers, right? The first thing is, human beings live in groups. It says man is a social animal. Man is a social animal. They always live in groups. They can't live in isolation. He needs the company of his fellow human beings to share his joy and sorrow. So there are animals who live in isolation, but there are animals who live in groups. And human being is an animal, live in groups. So when you are living in groups, there are instances where you have to accommodate certain things. You have a duty towards others when you are in a group. So basically humans are living in groups. So let's see, the society is a fundamental to sociology. It is derived from the Latin word socius, which means companionship or friendship. So it is developing from some sort of connectivity among groups. Companionship means sociability. So this is another indication that people live in groups. They live in groups, right? Man needs society for living, working and enjoying life. So these are the basic concepts in society. So we need society to live in, enjoy and work. This is the definition. You can go through this and I will highlight few things. So just see the last bullet. Society has become an essential condition for human life to continue. So which means if somebody is put in an island alone, he will not live long. He will not. That's another definition. Having shared law, culture, customs, relationships, mutual interest, and shared institutions. So it's all talk about sharing, living in groups. Now the question is this: is it relevant to engineers? It is. It is relevant. Why? I will come to that later. Engineers are basically deal with science and technology. Technical people. Technical crowd. Sociological subjects are not relevant. This is the concept, right? It's a kind of concept. We think like that. So we are not trained in sociology. That aspect is not taught to us even in school or university. So do engineers lack in knowledge of humanities, culture, sociology? Now think about ourselves, think about others, fellow engineers. Is it lacking? Humanities, culture, sociology? I don't want to give the answer, you think about it. So, but something is lacking. So what is lacking in engineering? Training in humanities. This is lacking. Training in culture. Then training in sociology. Because of this lacking of these particular areas, we are not too much towards the society. So is it a curriculum issue? Just because we are not taught this particular subject in the university, is it a curriculum issue? Lack of understanding of the nature. So this is the reason. Engineers' role in society not very well addressed. Nowhere it is addressed. So that has become an issue now. So just think about these facts. Engineers are human beings. Like others, they are human beings. Engineers interact with people. Human beings interact with people, so do the engineers. We engineers live in society. We are a human being, although we are trained in something. So we are part of the society. So that is why it is important. So we are part of the society with some additional technical knowledge. Right? How engineering fit in? Understanding the nature of engineering, relationship with other professions, engineering contributions, responsibility. We do contribute in engineering without much knowledge about the social service. What is the relevance of sociology in engineering? Engineers have to deal with the society, especially for those who work in the fields. They have to understand society needs and design their work to solve problems of the society. Now, indirectly, you may be working in private company or a government organization. Your job, your employment, or whatever the output, in some form society is using. Just think about it. Whether you are in an educational organization or a construction organization or a consultancy organization, whether it is private or public, it has some services to society used by the people. They have to understand society needs and design their work to solve problems of society. In other words, we are solving the problems of the society. Even if you take for example water board, SCC, SD and CC, and private companies all are doing construction work. But at the end point, these construction facilities are used by the people, the general public. So directly or indirectly, your services will be towards the people in the society. Engineers with knowledge of sociology would have knowledge of the society needs. That would help him to develop a successful career in engineering and society. So interaction between the engineering profession and the society will bring you more towards the looking at the societal needs. This is the nature of engineering. Engineering is a dynamic profession. It is not static. It's always changing. Every moment is changing. New things are developing. New things are coming into the market. New things are released for the use of the people. So engineering should fit into today's world. Now just look at these things. Engineers are supposed to do designs, calculations, planning, evaluation, management and supervision. Is this the life of engineers? We think so. That is the very reason why we have not thought about our responsibility towards the society. That is the very reason. I want you to think about yourself rather than comparing with others. Think about yourself, right? I will ask few questions towards the end of the presentation that will exactly tell you where you are. Now look at this. What is engineering? Scientific knowledge and societal needs. There comes engineering. So your knowledge used for society is called engineering. So this is the very basic concept. Look at this. Scientific knowledge, societal needs, analysis, creativity. There you have. Creative analysis with scientific knowledge catering to societal needs through engineering gives innovative products and services. So that is the common point there. Analysis, creativity coming into the picture. The common part is again engineering. So that will give you innovative products and services. Now these are some of the pictures I could find from internet. Engineers without world without engineers. Now you can see, if engineers were not there, this would have been the situation now. You see the involvement of engineers in every area in technology, right? So these are used by the general public, the people. Dictionary meaning of following words. Science, the systematic study of the structure and behavior of physical and natural world through observation and experiment. I have highlighted the words world through natural world through observation and experiment. So we do observations and experiments. Then you come to technology, the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes. Application of scientific knowledge for the practical purposes. Knowledge concerned with applied science. These are some of the definition. So what is engineering? This is engineering. Scientist discovers that which exists. An engineer creates that which never was. It's a creator. It's a creation. Now if you look at the things outside in the world, so many creations. So definition of engineer is this: that engineer is a professional practitioner of engineering, applying scientific knowledge, mathematics, and develop solution for technical problems. Engineer designs materials, structures and systems while considering the limitation imposed by practicality, safety and cost. All these things are considered by engineers in their services. Look at this. Engineering is application of science to the common purpose of life. Common purpose of life. That is the word. That is the sentence. That part of sentence is very important. Engineering is the art of directing great sources of power in nature for the use and convenience of mankind. You are making the world easy, making the activities, things easy with the use of engineering. You are converting difficult things to easy things for the use of the mankind. Engineering is the art of organizing and directing men and controlling the forces and materials for the benefit of the human race. So what I am trying to do is trying to highlight the importance of products of engineering. It's always towards engineering, towards society, right? For the use of the people. So we'll have to realize that. Knowledge gained by study, experience and practice. This is what we do. Is applied with judgment to develop ways to utilize the materials and forces of nature economically for the benefit of mankind. Economically. So that is one part of engineering. Doing something economically. This is a very famous statement made by 31st President of US. Engineering is a great profession. There is a fascination of watching a figment of the imagination emerge through the aid of science to a plan on paper. Then it moves to realization in stone or metal or energy. Then it brings jobs and home to men. Then it elevates the standards of living and adds to the comfort of life. That is the engineer's high privilege. So engineers fall into high privilege category for doing this. Create jobs, create things easy for mankind. What is the answer? 1 plus 1. If you are a mathematician, what is the answer? 1 plus 1 is 2. Right. You are correct. Because engineers are very good in mathematics. But you can't apply mathematics all the time. We apply mathematics everywhere. We apply science everywhere. Right? In management, what is the answer? What is your answer? Is it right or wrong? Think about it. These are some of the concepts I am trying to put into you. You think about it. So engineering, in my opinion, is between 2 and 11. So you all are good at mathematics. I will give you one example, one question. When you fold a piece of paper into 2, what will be the height? Twice the thickness of the paper. Fold a paper twice, what will be the height? 4 times the thickness of the paper. If you fold it 25 times, what will be the thickness? So you are good at mathematics. times. 25 times will come to 10 kilometers. Have you ever thought that? 25 times it will come to 10 kilometers. 40 times it is the distance up to the moon. 50 folds beyond sun. You can't imagine, right? So the equation is this. Equation is this, right? These are, what is this? These are very famous equipment in your home. What is this? This is a sewing machine. This is a product of engineering used by the most of the people, ladies especially. This is a combustion engine. This is a product of engineering. This is a destructive gun created by, again, engineers, right? All this is engineering. So who's an engineer? Is he a mathematician, scientist, manager, generalist, or magician? Chartered engineer. The definition you would have heard this before, because you want to be chartered engineers in probably in few months' time. You are sitting for your B paper. Some of you, after sitting for the B paper, you would sit for the A paper as well. Chartered engineers are characterized by their ability to develop appropriate solutions to engineering problems using new or existing technologies through innovation, creativity, and change. Creating new things. When you become chartered engineer, you have a special responsibility to go for innovations, creativity, and change. Change is a thing most people don't like to have, right? So these are the fundamentals in engineering: investigation, planning and design, construction, manufacturing, operation and maintenance, continual improvement, research and development, So engineering is all around us. So people often take it for granted, like air and water. They don't consider about that, because if you look at these gadgets, everything is engineered. How many engineering gadgets you have in your hand at the moment? How many engineering gadgets? This is an art. Approximation, measurement, estimation, forecast and projection, modeling and simulation. Communication, technical report writing and presentation. Finance, everywhere is there. Innovation, creative process. What is this? This is not a video. This is a still picture. This is engineering. It's another picture. This is another one. So what engineers do? Solve problems by applying knowledge, optimize design to minimize cost and enhance efficiency, predict the problems and find solution beforehand, imagine and think new and creative way of doing things. These are basically what we do in your day-to-day life. For whom? For society. For people. So as I said earlier, you all are directly or indirectly doing something for the use of the people or the mankind, right? So I am trying to get at that point, highlight the importance of your services. You are extraordinary. You have extra knowledge, trained for a purpose. Your efforts finally reach the people. Therefore, you have a big role to play. Very big role to play. I think we are missing in that role play. That is why you have to teach this. So these are the areas engineers are playing. So basically it is more than calculation, design, drawing, planning and supervision. Sometimes he plays role which on first impression are not linked to their professional training. The training received as an engineer is part of reasons which engineer can display his versatility and creativity. So engineering can create kind of versatile solutions, show some creative output. So look at this, people enjoy what technology can do for them while often ignoring what it can do to them. Try to get the meaning of that. To them, for them. You can't grab anything that is there, but that is available, right? So we live in complex global and intercultural world coupled with lot of problems. It is compulsory that engineers should amplify the horizon of their specialized technical knowledge in the field of development within norms, principles and ideals of ethics. Norms, principles and ethics. You would have learned about ethics, engineering ethics, and those things will have to be followed whatever you do. So these are the responsibilities. Ensure the safety and interests ahead of all other considerations for well-being of the public. Ensure the safety. You have, when you do something, safety has to be ensured. You have a responsibility. Ensure the society's funds and resources concerned in technology are well used. Ensure the society's funds and resources concerning technology are well used. I touched upon that earlier also. Solutions will have to be economical. Concerned about impact of engineering projects on environment and society. Whatever you do, you have to give priority, some concern to environment and society. Refusing to work on a particular project or for a particular company violating above. Are we doing this? Are we doing this? So any company, any organization working against the wishes of the general public, you have right to oppose and not to work. Speaking out publicly against improper projects. These things are controversial, but these are the responsibilities. Expose illegal or wrongdoings. You have responsibility in doing so. Professional society's obligation to provide protection for such people, those who are bringing in or bringing out such things. You call them whistleblowers. Contributing one's services to worthy non-profit group and projects. You don't have to work for salary all the time. Whatever you do, there are instances where you are not paid. Commitment to educate future engineers about their social responsibilities. This is another part we have been not doing. Educating future engineers, future generations, especially when they come for training, you have to explain them, the future engineers, their social responsibility. Voluntarily educating the public about important consequences of various technological and scientific developments. We don't do this at all, do we? This is an important aspect in engineering. These will bring recognition to profession. So this is the recognition. Without the recognition, you can't do anything. You need recognition to go into the picture. Recognition in society as well. So when you have the recognition, you can go into society and do something. So these are some of the arguments there about engineering. Professions have social responsibilities, but engineering is not a profession. Like medicine and law, and so it does not have the same social responsibilities. This is a concept, wrong concept. Doctors, lawyers are well known in the society. They are well recognized in the society. Just because of that, you can't say engineers don't have any responsibility. They do have. But something is missing somewhere. Engineering is not given the same privileges as other professionals, so there's no social obligation that promotes engineers' social responsibility. There's another concept. But it is not so. It is not so. Right? These are the things we put forward to get rid of this. Engineering is a value-free enterprise that deals only in objective facts. That is also wrong. Engineers are the set of people doing most to the society. The thing is now, when you take doctors and lawyers, people go to them when they are in trouble. When you are in trouble, you don't go to see engineers, right? When you want to go and see an engineer, when you are happy, when you have money, when you want to put up something, then only you go and see an engineer, right? That is the difference. The nature of engineer-manager relation in large organizations. Then engineering does not serve a crucial social need, which is the basis of full social interaction. So these are the things, these are the misconceptions. So let's see the Code of Ethics. You would have learned this, but I want to reproduce for the completeness of the presentation. Engineers shall hold paramount the safety, health and welfare of the public and shall strive to comply with the principles of sustainable development in performance of their professional duties. Welfare of the public. So I have been telling this, but it is there already there in the codes. This says approves software only if they have a well-founded belief that it is safe, meets specification, passes appropriate test. This is in IT field. Now, IT field, there are a lot of developers. At the same time, there are a lot of destructive things are developing in the IT field. So that is not ethical. So engineers do that, or somebody does that, it is not ethical. Especially the viruses and kind of thing, right? Does not diminish quality of life, diminish privacy or harm the environment. The ultimate effect of the work should be to the public good, whatever you develop for the public good. This IEEE Code of Ethics, everywhere it says protect the safety, health and welfare of the public and speak out against abuse in these areas affecting the public interest. This is a very interesting got stuck. Engineers will translate into action the dreams of humanity. Traditional knowledge and concepts of science to achieve sustainable management of the planet through the creative application of technology. This is a very interesting definition. Dreams of humanity. Now, if you look at the products that has come into the market, those are dreams in one day. Why engineers have the responsibility of interaction of technology and society? Because engineers are the ones who create and implement the technology. They create, they implement for the use of the general public, then you have the responsibility. So you must be responsible for their own action. Consequences of human creativity in the areas of engineering, technology and science have reached measures that only few decades ago were unimaginable. Now, if you look at the products that are available in the market, so say, for example, take the smart phone. We never thought that such a instrument will come into the market, right? So you can do, the whole world is in your smartphone. So likewise, in every field there are massive development for the use of the people. Biotechnology, then nanotechnology, generic engineering, artificial intelligence, information, these are some other areas. These are creations of human being. Now look at this, capacity and development means power. Knowledge is also power. So if somebody has knowledge, he has some power. With power comes responsibility. With power you can do something, so you have the responsibility. Knowledge implies responsibility. So always knowledge implies responsibility. Obligations of engineer must be of same degree with the level of his knowledge and power. The higher the position you hold, you have more power, more authority and more responsibility. So with responsibility comes obligation and accountability. So before putting something out, you have big role to play. Now these are the areas where we see a lot of development. You see nuclear technology, electronics, laser and fiber optics, space exploration, petroleum and gas technology, aeronautics, electrification, agricultural mechanization, imaging technology, health technology, training, research and development. Look, is happening around the clock. So this is one of the most important areas, training, research and development. Through that you get new products. So what are the areas where engineers can make impact on society? All areas like infrastructure, power and energy, environment, poverty alleviation, food production, natural disasters, research and development, education and training. This is one of the key areas. Health sector, discovery and recovery. So I will give you some examples. Now if you take these developments, now you see highway development, water sector, railway, buildings for the public. Power and energy area, all these facilities are used by general public, whether it is hydropower or nuclear power or whatever, wind power, solar power. Preserving the environment. So we have different organizations to preserve the environment. So in all these areas, all these organizations, we have engineers. So you have to preserve the environment. Poverty. Poverty alleviation is one of the key factors in the responsibilities of engineers, because you develop certain things to eliminate this. You would have seen this photograph. Have you seen this before? Yes. This is a photograph taken by Kevin Carter in Sudan in 1993. That shows the poverty in that country. This bird, this vulture, is following this child, crawling child, towards there was a food distribution center. She was crawling towards that. This fellow is following the child to eat after the death of the child. So this picture was taken by Kevin Carter in 1993 and it was produced for a competition. It won the first prize and this fellow committed suicide after that. So this is one of the famous stories. Food production, again engineering, a lot of engineering going into that. If you look at these concepts of this machinery kind of thing and development of various kind of seeds, it's all engineering. So this is a funny picture. Natural disasters, solutions are engineering. So you see, all these cases, a lot of engineering input is going in. Creation of floods will be due to mishandling, mishandling of certain things, but solutions are engineering. Lot of research and development taking place, or there is with engineering involvement. Education and training, lot of money has been spent nowadays on education and training. It has become so important because it is not called expenditure, it is called now investment. When you send somebody on training, it is an investment. Then the health sector, a lot of engineering inputs with the new kind of machinery, where without opening up your body, you can detect anything now. So all that is engineering. So used by somebody for the benefit of the people. The discovery, so what I have shown here is this is a rotating tower in Dubai. This is another hotel in Dubai. You look at the shape, and this is the largest aircraft in the world. So those are engineering creations. And the smartphone. I will show you a video. This is another technology, latest technology. So you can handle your car with your smartphone. Is coming, is on the way. So technology. Recovery. This is the devastation that happened after tsunami. So I'm working for CECB. Immediately after this destruction, we went there to see. These are some of the biggest I took. And recovery was engineering. So we formed a team, and within a very short period of time, the railway line was put on place. Right? So it was repaired with we did the consultation, and certain sections were done by CEC and certain sections by SD and CC. So a lot of input, engineering input goes into this. And the point is, our company, our organization volunteered to do this. We were not paid. We volunteered to go there and do this. It's social responsibility of the organization. So next generation, what are the demands? So these are the things that are on the pipeline. Different energy scenario, secure cyberspace, green technology, ecosystem balance, water availability. These are the challenges. Energy efficiency, global warming, waste management. So for these as well, a lot of engineering input is needed. So the most important engineer's contribution in the primary decision making process is very vital. So this is very important. So engineers are involved, but unfortunately the voice is less. The voice is less. I said that creativity is part of engineering. Creativeness is the basis of engineering. Positive thinking makes the way for creativity. Think in different dimensions. Look for wide horizon or beyond horizon. You have to think out of the box. Can you guess this? Great creative personality in engineering in Sri Lanka. Can you guess this person's name? See, I will give you a hint. He's a civil engineer. There are so many other engineers as well. Civil engineer. Dr. Kulising. He's a genius. Created a lot of things. And I would like to draw your attention to the picture over here. He's a musician. So creativity has a connection with music. The next person is from India. Who is this person? Abdul Kalam, Dr. Abdul Kalam. He's a Veena player. He's a very famous Veena player. In 1998, with cardiologist Soma Raju, Kalam developed a low-cost coronary named the Kalam Raju stent. So there is creativity, right? Its area is something else, space, but create a lot of things outside this scope. What is this? People are carrying water on head, long distance. It happens here also in Sri Lanka. There's a thing developed with creative mind, not to carry water on head. It's a barrel which can be rolled on the ground. It can be filled with water. So what is the difference between this and this? There's no pain on the head. Creativity. And some engineering too. This is very famous in African countries. This is a barrel with a hole in the center. You can fill with water and roll it. It's called Q drum. Q drum is the name. Engineering for the society. Very basic things. Now this is a bridge abutment. This is the abutment. This is the structure I did for my charter design. I was given a task of designing a bridge in one place in Sri Lanka. So I didn't want to do a conventional thing. So what I did was, I wanted to do something different. That was in 1989, yes. So I tried different types of shapes and I came out with this. The concept behind this is this. Now this is a conventional abutment where you have your front head wall, two wing walls, and your road is on this side, and this is the place where you have your bridge beams, right, this way. Now taking the same concept here, I developed this. It's a beam to hold the beams, bridge beams. Rather than having a front wall, I use two columns and a base slab. Then the question comes, how to retain this soil. So what I planned was, don't retain the soil. Let it have the natural slope, right? Don't retain. The purpose of the abutment is to hold the beams only. So with that concept, this was constructed. That is, this is on Kandy-Kirandurkot road. There are 5 bridges on that road. If you happen to travel on the road, you can stop and see. There are 5 bridges. Out of the 5, I think I did 3. This is the abutment we use for the first time in Sri Lanka. So that is something which is very interesting. Now this is the completed partly completed bridge. You have bridge beams. Then this side, no wall, only the 2 columns and the beam is called the capping beam. So what I did was, I have the soil of its natural shape, natural slope, it will stay. So this is the complete bridge after some years. This was the natural slope and filled with soil and protected with riprap. So always my message to young engineers is that don't try to do something very common and which has been done by others. Try to create something new. Then only you will open up your scope. So this is a very interesting diagram. Now you can see you have left brain plus right brain. Left brain is for these kind of things. Now right brain is for, you can see, music, various kind of entertaining kind of thing on the right brain. The most importantly, creativity is on the right brain, not on the left brain. So if you look at the characters, personalities of who have made creations, they are strong in this side. That's why I quoted 2 examples, Dr. Gul Singh and Dr. Abdul Kalam. Both were musicians. So try to be a musician, then you will become creative in the future even. Now something to think about. This is a sprinkler made out of empty plastic bottle. And the ladies make cakes at home. They are using beater to mix, right? Halfway through, if the beater goes out of order, what are you going to do? You want to make the cake, you run to the next door and borrow a beater. But there's a solution for that. If you have a drill machine at home, you can practice this. Anything wrong in this? There's nothing wrong, right? And don't do this. This is not creativity, right? This is something going wrong radically. So this is a bottle wall. I want to show you some of the pictures of creativity, because it is very well connected to society. Now you see, this is a bottle wall. These walls are made out of empty, these mega bottles. This is the bottom side of the wall. The similar thing we did at TECHNO 2012, a sample of bottle wall through the civil engineering sectional committee. So this is that. So we never think of these things, but there are certain beautiful things you can do with this. And a lot of school children came there and had a look. You are very interested about this? That was 2012. Then tire wall. It's another creation. Whatever going waste, used for useful purpose. These tire walls are very cheap. This is used tires used to retain earth. That washing machine, now if you look at this video, this is a washing machine. So what is happening in a washing machine? What do you get? Rotating parts, right? You get rotating parts in a washing machine, right? If you can create rotating parts rotating, it will serve the purpose. So this has been developed. This is used in India and it has gone to the West also. Now there will be a machine coming. Manually operated washing machines will be coming, is on the way. It serves two purposes. Now you are using what do you call these exercising machines? They are used as a kind of thing. You can use this manual washing machine to exercise yourself in the same time wash your clothes, right? So it's on the way. These are creative things. And there are so many things we learn from the nature. This is one of them. This is how a dog sheds water after a bath. What is happening here? He is rotating his body at a speed, very high speed. Due to the centrifugal force, all the water goes out. This concept is used in dryer of the washing machine. This is the same concept, right? It rotates fast. Due to the centrifugal force, water goes out. That is also things from the nature. Some of the creative things I want to show. Now, how can you take a picture like this? How do you take a picture like this? Tilt the table. It's a matter of tilting the table, right? Now, there's a very interesting thing here about tunnel boring machines. These are very interesting history it has. This is Mark Brunel who invented this tunnel boring machine. Now what happened was, Mark Brunel was walking on a pier in a harbor and saw some timber pieces drilled like that, right, holes. Inside the hole there's a whitish deposit. He looked at that and found these were drilled by a creature, small creature, this one, right? It drills through and he put saliva to the dust that produces and apply that on the wall. So that is that. This is a creature, this is the paste. It applies on the surface. The same concept was used to, you can see here, right? The same concept was used to do the or develop the tunnel boring machine. So in Sri Lanka we have only one place where tunnel boring machines are used, that is Umawai project. So this is a very interesting, you see, the same concept has been used in tunnel boring machines. It drills, take the muck out, and at the same time lining, tunnel lining is done at the same time. So this is a drilling head. So it takes the muck out and the lining is with precast units that are there stored inside this vehicle. So we take a lot of things from the nature. Almost all the creations are from the nature. So engineers should be good communicators. Are we good communicators? Can we push through our ideas into others? Can we do that? This is in China. So building collapse, high-story building collapse. The basic reason is this. Now you see, this is a building, this is a pile foundation. There was an excavation on this side, and the excavated material was dumped here. After rain, what happened? There was erosion on this side, and with the wet soil, it exerted extra pressure and a horizontal force like that. So that tend to break the piles. So basically, piles are not generally designed for horizontal forces, right? So this is what happened there. Then I want to show you this video also. This is also engineering. This is a demolition. This is the engineering design. Making, breaking, both are engineering designs. So you have to think about a lot of things, when you create and demolish or whatever, right? So this is one of the famous statements. If you do what you have done, you will get what you have. If you do things differently to have different outcomes, young engineers need to think differently. So we don't think, we don't create different things. We go by the conventional things. This is where we are lacking in our exercises. Is this equation correct? Correct the equation with one movement. Right? Mahatma Gandhi says, there are two types of people in this world. One category works hard, the other category get credit from others' work. So my father advised me to be in the first category because there's no fight among the working category. Fight is within the category who does not work but try to get credit. This is another area I want to touch upon. Politicians are with society. Engineers rarely deal with the society. Engineers are reluctant to work with politicians. So there's a conflict. Very few engineers deal with politicians. I don't know the reason. You must be knowing the reason. I don't want to tell any reasons. This is one of the areas we are lacking. We got to move with the decision makers. Explain your idea. So I put down 12 points at the start. Stick to that and make your stand very clear. But still, you can do it. So you need to change. So earn your position. Few questions for you. Now, when you want to do social service, do something to the society, these are the questions you have to answer yourself. How many in your neighborhood know that you are an engineer? Talk to yourself and ask. Sometimes the next door person doesn't know you are an engineer. So that way, how can you do something to society? Do work or do something to society, right? How many times you have given engineering advice to others? Voluntarily? So these are the questions you have to ask from yourself. Otherwise, you have to have a t-shirt like this, you have to have a cup like this, you have to have a big board in front of your house. I am an engineer. Show by action, you show you are an engineer. Action. How many in your organization know that you are an engineer? You to earn the recognition, You need these things. But accountant, finance manager, administrative officer, they are well known, but not engineers. Think about your own organization. So need a change. If ordinary person wants to buy a solar system, from whom you get advice? If ordinary person, layman, wants to buy something, solar system, he will go to the shop and ask from the shop. They very hardly come to engineers. Why? What is the social activity you got involved in last 3 months? How many? Now we are going to serve the society. We want to learn how to serve the society. Now these are the questions you should be able to answer. These are the questions you need answers. You may be providing indirect services, but direct service to the society bring you recognition. Without the recognition, you can't do that. You need recognition. In how many projects engineers are recognized at the opening ceremony? The concept, this is the style here. So we have to change this. If your name is not there in the list, you have to tell them, include that. Or the higher people should know that. If not, you have to tell that. When you go for meetings, lectures like this, where do you sit? Front or back? Here itself it gives the answer. So these things will have to be corrected. Whenever I go for lectures, I go to the first row. I never sit in the back unless I have to go a little early. So this is the thing. How many meetings, lectures you have opened your mouth to speak? I have attended so many meetings. I have conducted so many lectures. I hardly see people sitting in the front row. I have to call them. So it is very ugly to see empty seats in the front row. Then when you go to meetings, I said engineers should get involved in any project at the decision making level. But people go to meetings, never open their mouth. So you are not recognized. They open the mouth only to eat a piece of cake. Even if you have sugar or something, or if you don't eat cake, then even that you don't open the mouth. Right? When speaker calls somebody from audience, how many times you have come forward? So these are the problems. These are the things you have to address. Something happens on the street. Something happens on the street. Have you come forward to help? So these things, just pay attention to these things. What are the IESL now? This is a professional body. This is your own professional body. What are the IESL activity you have got involved in last 6 months? At least you are here for this lecture. Before that, what are the activities? This is your own professional body. So we need recognition. So you have to contribute your knowledge, share the knowledge. Share the knowledge with others. Now always you are not paid. for everything you do. You have to contribute, you have to share, don't expect anything in return. That is the duty of the engineer. Make the society feel that you are wanted. Make the others, you are wanted, you are an important person. Dr. Abdul Kalam said, I am not a handsome guy, but I can give my hand to someone who needs help. Beauty is in heart, not in face. And Dalai Lama said, we are born to help others. If you can't help others, don't at least hurt them. Now, look at this question. Who is going to invite you for social work? Now, your neighbor doesn't know that you are an engineer. Then who is going to invite? No one is going to invite you unless you voluntarily go and help others. Then only you will get the recognition towards society. So there are so many activities organized by IESL. Now I will list out all the activities here. There are sectional committees where you can come and contribute. There are a lot of social activities they are doing. Public and memorial lectures to enhance the knowledge, to meet people. So you have to have a network. Network yourself. Then only you will develop your recognition. If you stay in isolation, it's not going to help you. Educational programs. Nowadays, of course, a lot of educational programs are taking place in this place. Every week or two, there are lectures, presentations on very important topics. Technical and field visits. There are competitions. There's what ceremony called Engineering Excellence Award. If you excel in your engineering work, it will be recognized by this institution. So apply for them. Then TECHNO exhibition. Every year in the month of October, we have 3 days of TECHNO exhibition to display the engineering talents, products. How many TECHNO exhibitions you have taken part? At least visited? How many? So those are there are a lot of things you can learn, you can meet people, a lot of things. Then Civil Engineering Sectional Committee has a special project created to help the general public. That is called Building Clinic. The purpose of the Building Clinic is to help people, those who are putting up their own houses. So what we do is we go to places, have clinics, get the people down and advise them free of charge. So we have conducted several programs. Generally it is there at the TECHNO exhibition. All 3 days we have a clinic with experts from all engineering fields. And then we had a workshop in Maharagama, Gaul, then Maharagama, Gaul, and then next one we had Kurnagala, Gabba and Kandy. Next month we are going to have a workshop in Kalutara. So all the experts are very senior engineers, very senior engineers. They have come forward to help others. So there you build up your reputation. New Year and Christmas festivals. So every year we have these festivals for the engineers to come and develop friendships, develop their share, meet people especially. But unfortunately, the participation is very less. So at least the young engineers must come forward and take part in these activities. Then we have created another one called music engineers. Are you aware of this? Music engineers? For the people, those who have talents in the field of music to come forward and display. So we have been very successful in that. These are some of the lectures, presentations, a TECHNO. This is structure we displayed at last TECHNO exhibition, which is there down there at the ground floor. Then this is the building clinic at TECHNO. So we have experts giving advice. People are coming from very distant places. Like in Colombo, we got people from Nigambu, then Ambalangoda, very distant places. We publicize on TV and printed and electronic media. So this is at BMICH. People come with plans. This person has come with a plan and get advice, and they are very happy. So at least to some extent, they know there's an organization called IESL to help them. Then at the TECHNO exhibition, we have a seminar room where we conduct all 3 days very important lectures for the public. So a lot of success there. So all these people resource persons are doing this for free. They don't expect money. So that's why you have certain responsibilities. Now, as you can see, the Excellence Award, recognized from the industry. This is a New Year festival. So you can take part in this. I think better you come forward and take part. Christmas celebrations. The music engineers, you can see, is a very attractive full band with a lot of talents. All these are engineers. This is the show they had at BMICH. This time also we are going to have it. 7th, 8th, 9th of October. The TECHNO exhibition will be held. So 8, 9, Saturday, Sunday, we are going to have this show there with lot of talents. Now this is the after performance at TECHNO Awards. It was published in the newspapers also. Some Business Times. This was published. This is another important area. Do we smile? Do we? But the thing is, it's a very powerful tool, but we don't use it. But what happened with the politicians? They always, this is a very good attraction, you see. There is some advantages in laughing. It burns calories. Good for relationships. Good for your brain. Enhances immunity and improves sleep. Tolerance for pain increases. That means you can bear up the pain without taking any painkillers. During laughing, you never get an ill feeling. So when you are laughing, you don't get any ill feelings to hurt anybody or anything like that. So it's a very powerful tool, but we don't use it. We hardly use it. Most importantly, it is free. It is free. All the activities IESL organize here also, all that is free. They don't charge just single cent. But still, we are not, geared to come and take part. We are very good at giving solutions. mathematical solutions, they are very good, but the social part is lacking. That is the main setback in us. Doctor told an engineer to walk on the grass. Engineer found the solution. What is the solution? This is the solution. This is what has happened to us. This is the solution. It's all right. How many of you are satisfied with the job you do? If not, why? Is it because of salary, the work you do, recognition, appreciation, self-satisfaction? These are the questions you have to ask from yourself and find solutions. What else? I have highlighted these 2 points: where, recognition where, and appreciation by whom. So you have clear answers to these if you go out and serve society. So you have 3 lives: professional life, personal life, and social life. You have a social life also. You have a social duty also. Professional life you will enjoy. There's no issue. Personal life you will enjoy. What about social life? If I ask you to put percentages with these 3 items, what is your percentage for professional life? What is your percentage for this? What is your percentage for this? I think social life has the least percentage. That way, you are not in a position to serve the society, right? So you have to balance all 3. I said right at the start, you can't live in isolation. You need the society to live in, enjoy and work, right? So in that sense, of course, you will try to balance these 3 areas. Secret of success is right decisions. Right decisions are made through experience. How do you get experience? Wrong decisions. Falling down is not defeat. Defeat is when you refuse to get up. Be a kind person. Choice is yours. Have always positive mindset. Always, then only you can help others. You can go into the crowd and the society and serve them, help them. If one can do it, think that I can do it. If no one can do it, I must do it. That should be the mentality. Then will change. That will change your whole thinking style. Never think this way. If one can do it, let him do it. If no one can do it, how can I do it? So don't fall into this category. Always try to be in this category. If you salute your duty, you need not salute anybody. But if you pollute your duty, you have to salute everybody. It's a very interesting and very valuable statement. So think positive, share knowledge, help others, develop teamwork, keep smiling. This will bring you the recognition you want. Go out, think positive, share knowledge. When you want to share knowledge, you share your knowledge with your friends, your neighbors and others. Try to help others, develop teamwork and keep smiling. So these are the key areas you can go into the society. Be an engineer of great value to profession, family and society. So if you do that, you will be recognized. as I said earlier, no one is going to invite you for social service, to work for society. But you have a moral right to do that. It should be voluntarily, but not on demand or request. This is the place, this is the area where we are lacking. So make yourself available. Of course, we are very busy people, but still you find time to come here, take part in these activities, and try to share your knowledge, work with others. If you put your commitments highly for this and this, you will miss this. So try to accommodate this as well in your agenda. Then you will earn your recognition. Without having the recognition, you can't serve the society. So build up, develop your relationships and try to serve the society. Then you will earn your due recognition. So thank you very much for your patience, and hope you got some idea not only to answer the question that is coming up in the B paper, but to have a new way of thinking in your future activities, and try to be creative, positive, and do something different, which I have done to some extent. So thank you very much, and good night.